The more I thought about the idea, the more I imagined it, and the more I saw the potential. From one idea, a thousand other born, the excitement took over, and it became difficult to choose which one to start from because I wanted to implement them all and immediately. The problem is that one thing is to imagine a process, but to implement it and to make it work completely, it's much more complicated. Even to concretely realize what may seem the simplest of the idea takes a lot of time and energy, and the risk I experienced was imagining too many things and never start acting. So at a certain point, I told myself that I had to stop thinking and start doing. It was logical for me to start from the basic and most important things that would have allowed me to run the business. So, as an action plan, I decided to specialize in what I thought that was the core function of my business to make sure that I could manage to realize at least it with a complete process that worked. So, I focused on the core functions in order to make it work and to improve it as much as possible to offer a good service and even better than competitors. Also, in specializing in the core idea, I was always careful to make sure that the solution was scalable and repeatable. And at the same time, I kept on taking notes of all the ideas that came to me without the intention of working on them directly and immediately, but knowing that I would develop them later when the first one would be completed. So to sum it up, I think I can say that my direction is specialization at first and diversification when the core business will be profitable.
Sarah is so full of enthusiasm and imagination. She's just an amazing student and entrepreneur. And then she already thinks of diversification when her company is at its start. Very important when you start your company to think of this kind of things. Diversification is when a company enters an area of business in which it is not yet present, both in terms of offering and market. It is worth to notice that product and market development to extent some of extent involves some form of diversification, whether in terms of offering or customer segments. Let's explain more this point. There are various reasons why a company wants to diversify. It's a kind of flux, divide its operating risks, or on the contrary, take new risks to take advantage of opportunity. It means strategic advantage with really options, and if possible, synergy with the offensive diversification. I think the last reason maybe can be the possibility compensate for a decline in the profitability of its traditional activity and market. That's why they move to diversification. Related diversification is the development into new activities that have similarities with existing activities. Vertical integration, horizontal integration can deal with this kind of things. Vertical integration refers to development into adjacent activities in the value chain. Same thing, value chain of Michael Porter, either upstream or downstream. Horizontal integration consists of development toward activities that are competing or complementary to existing activities. At the end, I think we can discuss also about the conglomerate diversification. It's another form of diversification. It corresponds to the development of activities that have nothing in common with the existing activities, and it is it's in opposition to related diversification.